Eric Prince, CEO of the military contractor Blackwater and Trump advisor, said on his podcast that the United States should recolonize Africa and Latin America.
And if so many of these countries around the world are incapable of governing themselves, then it's time for us to just put the imperial hat back on to say, we're going to govern those countries if you're incapable of governing yourselves, because enough is enough. We're done being invaded.
Because our own national security risk is at stake.
Exactly.
National security interests are at stake.
You can say that about pretty much all of Africa. They're incapable of governing themselves and benefiting their citizens because the governments there are all about looting and pillaging and lining their pockets and going shopping in Paris instead of actually making their country better.
People on the left are going to watch this. They're going to say, wait a minute, Eric Prince is talking about being a colonialist again.
Absolutely. Yes. Enough. Because if you go to these countries and you see how they suffer under absolutely corrupt, made-up governments that are just criminal syndicates, the people of Africa, the people of Latin America, a lot of them deserve better.
Now, that type of rhetoric is hardly shocking coming from a guy like Prince. Blackwater is drenched in blood, most notoriously from the 2007 Nasser Square massacre in Baghdad, in which 4 of its mercenaries fired on a crowd of unarmed people, killing 14 civilians. All of the killers were pardoned by Donald Trump. Speaking of Trump, he's also an advocate of naked U.S. imperialism, saying last year that the U.S. should invade Venezuela to steal its oil, after having previously said we should have taken all the oil from Iraq, too. America already practices imperialism across the globe, but at least leaders in recent years have felt the need to justify it with flowery language about making the world safe for democracy and what have you. It should concern us greatly that people close to a man who might be president again will be encouraging him to literally recolonize the globe. For more news, visit the Current Affairs News Briefing at currentaffairs.substack.com and subscribe to Beautiful Current Affairs magazine at currentaffairs.org/subscribe.